We're on right there, Bartz.
I know. I forgot
Right
what
there.
camera.
Yeah, I mean nothing lights up. I mean they have these big lights on the back, like as if they're gonna light up and start blinking at. They don't work.
They don't work.
That's a blame Louis Amistoy question again. lamistoy@bakersfield.com. We can already start the petition for season 3. We're already keep us alive, folks. Yeah. The show's good. Keep us, please.
She's been trying to pull the plug on us for over a year.
The bosses aren't happy here at the California. And every office over here is all open and stuff too. It's kind of weird. Yeah. I'd rather, close it off a little bit.
They don't like us here. They don't like us invading their space, their quiet time.
No, speaking of which, though, we're eating Mountain Mike's Pizza while Bartle is. I've already finished.
Literally
Bartle's still eating his. New location, Mountain Mike's Pizza, Harrison Stein. There's 2 locations now. One you all know and love. That's on California and Stockdale, right in the conglomerate of shopping centers that are right there.
By Vaughn's.
And but new one, Harrison Stein. Griff says it's great. There's pool tables and game rooms and all sorts of fun happening.
He says it's great because he's the owner, but we'll tell you it's great
because we love Griff. He's a great guy, and if he says it's good, we think it's good. So go over. We're eating pepperoni and jalapeno, and then I think that's chef's choice.
It's got a little of everything.
Yeah, that's everything off the end of the the table, just kind of swooping onto the pizza. Joining us here for our players segment, of course, Condors defenseman Nick Pageau. And Page, first off, thank you for coming in on your off day. I say off day, I mean no practice, no games. For the guys, it must feel nice just to kind of, okay, we're done with that for at least a day. Give us a 24-hour break to get off the ice and get back and rest it up, really.
Yeah, no, it's really nice. I mean, that travel to Alaska's killer, and plus the 4 games and 5 nights. Getting back last night, everyone was tired, so it's really nice to get a day off, and we'll get back to work tomorrow.
Is some of it more mental than physical? Because you go up there and you know that Alaska's been sitting there for 11 days. You know they've been in their own bed. You know the Condors just played on Sunday. They had 1 day off, fly up to Anchorage. Is it more mental to get over that hurdle and think, all right, well, we're just going to have to go through it and find a way to get some points here this week?
Yeah, it's definitely a bit of both. I mean, the body gets pretty tired playing that many games and that many nights, and I mean, you just got to battle and tell yourself that you're not tired, and that's where the mental aspect comes in. And I think we did a great job this weekend.
Welcome back to Condors Town. You grew the hair out. You're ready to go. You're back in California.
He's back in Cali.
You happy to be back here?
I am. Yeah. That's one of the things I wanted to do at the end of the season last year was re-sign in Bakersfield, and I'm really happy it happened.
Now, you had an interesting perspective, obviously, last season. You weren't in games for most of the year, but you were still around the room, still got to be with the guys, but you also got to experience, I think, Condorstown as a fan. What did you think of, the fan experience and just being in Bakersfield? Did it give you a new appreciation for, everything that goes on and being here and being a Condor?
I thought it was awesome. I mean, last year in playoffs, we could see that we had some of the best fans in the league, if not the best fans. You look elsewhere, you look at the attendance elsewhere in playoffs, it plummets a lot. And, I thought we were pretty steady here last year for the playoffs.
And, of course, the conference finals.
Let's do that again, Page. Can we do that again, please?
I wouldn't mind it.
So, what did you take from last season? Obviously, you're still a rookie. I mean, it kind of hits home how few games that you actually got to play last year when you still qualify for rookie status. We were used to looking at your mug all season long. What did you take from last season, into this one?
I think at the beginning of the year last year, I went through all the rookie stuff that a lot of rookies coming in the league have to go through. I sat out my games. I watched a lot of hockey from the press box, and there was a learning curve, of course. And it wasn't until like late November where I really started getting into the games and being a steady guy in the lineup. And then January 10th came around, and that was it for the season. But, it was nice to stick around with the team the whole entire year and learn from that.
You go through this season, and early on we got to look at it, too. You were paired mostly here with Verpass back there on the blue line. You guys have kind of formed a nice little deep pairing back there. And, now he's going through it. A guy out of the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. Has it been nice for yourself to kind of, I don't know if mentor is the right word, but kind of steer a guy early on here in his career in Bakersfield and on that blue line? Because D in the pro game is so much harder to learn, I think, than being a forward.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with him actually lately. He's a guy who got a chance to go to OKC. I mean, he definitely took some things from there and brought it back to Bakersfield. He's a tough kid. You've seen the fights. He hasn't fought some lightweights. So, and even on the point, he's been really steady with me back there.
What did you think when Justin Johnson got in your face this week?
You know,
what were those conversations like?
I wasn't saying too much. You know, I'm not going to wake the giant, but you know, he's got a job to do, and he wants his coach to see that, which is fine. And you know, I just go about my game.
One thing I've noticed early on here, back in Bakersfield with your skating game, you certainly seem to have the legs here early on in the season, and you've been a point guy on the power play now. Has it been nice here in the first couple of weeks, get some power play time and kind of, you know, just settle back in here to Bakersfield and back with the Condors?
Yeah, last year, you know, Manor was relied heavily on his veterans and stuff, and they got the bulk of the power play time, and it's nice to be back this year and get some of that time and try to help the team out on the power play.
The offensive side of your game, I mean, let's face it, you're slumping now. I thought you were going to get 72 assists this season. But what about offensively, you know, chipping in? How much of your focus is on the offensive side of the game?
Yeah, I've always considered myself a two-way player. When I started the season off 6 points in 6 games, realistically myself, I knew I couldn't keep up that pace. I actually think I'm playing better now than I was when I was getting those points. The team's winning. You know, I'm not complaining. I'm just doing whatever I can back there to help the team out, and you know, I'm happy with the success we're having so far.
A lot of time it depends, too, on your partner. And you talk about playing with Verpass. He's definitely more of a defensive defenseman, and he throws his weight around a lot out there. It kind of does – how much of that reflects off who your partner is for any particular game, whether or not you're going to be jumping up into the play or whatever?
Maybe a little bit, but I think if you look at the past few games we've played together, the forwards we've been on with have had a lot of chances, and you know, sometimes it's just a matter of them finishing it off.
I knew it. It's all about the forwards. It's the
It's
forwards'
the
fault.
forwards.
Yeah. He'd have 13 assists right now.
Yeah.
Figure it out, guys.
Yeah, if the Jones brothers weren't taking the puck, it would be all right now. Let's give Page more assists here, people.
I love it.
But you look at this last week in Anchorage, and this team was close from the get-go. It seems like naturally a lot of guys who played either in the Western Hockey League, the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, you know, you're from the OHL, but a lot of guys carry over and have met each other along the way. But to be able to be on the road, it's something that a team needs to go through, I think, early on in the season to kind of come together as a team and get to know one another, really, because that's really when you get to see each other most often.
Exactly. We're spending so much time together on the road. I mean, on this day off, I'm sure there's a lot of guys staying away from each other. But, you know, on the road, we have a lot of meals together. We're at the rink twice a day. So there's a lot of time to bond.
And you know, when you develop those friendships off the ice, how much does it translate on the ice and knowing kind of a guy's personality, guy's character, and getting to know him off the ice? Because it certainly seems like it does translate how you are off the ice into how you are on the ice.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot easier when the guys like each other off the ice, you know. Translate, you bring it to the rink, everyone's friendly, and I mean, you can tell by the chemistry on the ice.
Big weekend coming up this weekend. Idaho, number 2 in the league. Maybe they're number 1 when they come here to Bakersfield. So it's a big set of games here for this Condors team early on this season to take on. You kind of look at, you know, a barometer, kind of a testing point. Well, Idaho's staring right here this weekend.
Yeah, well, like Jeff said earlier, that was one of our best games we played against them. We let it slip away late there. We gave up a shorthanded goal and a power play goal late. And but other than that, we played a great game, and hopefully if we bring that kind of an effort this weekend, you know, we'll be successful.
This team having fun? They look like they're having fun.
We're having lots of fun.
And Page on Saturday will be wearing Steinbrenner. So we'll call you Steinbrenner. It'll be Steinbrenner number 8 on the back. So you looking forward to that? Looking forward to wearing these things?
I am. You know, it's a fun thing, and you know, I don't know much about Seinfeld. I'm not big into it, but you know, it's a great thing we're doing here.
Just get with Kremer. He's a big guy in Seinfeld.
It's true.
The Jones brothers too.
Mackenzie.
Mackenzie was a big Seinfeld guy.
You learned who the Seinfeld guys were when you tell, hey, we're doing a Seinfeld night. Some people are like, yeah, that's good. And then others are like, oh, really?
For pass? Not even a clue. They've never seen it. Page, we appreciate you coming in on your off day. Rest up.
Thanks a lot, buddy. Hey, great to have you back.
Thank you.
Look forward to seeing you on the ice this weekend. It's Condors defenseman Nick Pageau. When we come back, Mike Griffith will join us. We'll make some picks. We'll tell you about some standings. And for the first time, we'll have your Central Division Game of the Week.
It's very dramatic.
It's very dramatic. All coming up from the Dignity Health Studios.
I'm going to eat pizza.
Inside of Bakersfield, California, and on Bakersfield.com. Stay tuned.